All right. Welcome to it's Tuesday night of the ICL. Half the time it feels like a Friday, but it's not. It is Tuesday. Raise your hand if you are just making it. Are we good? Is everybody great? Okay, we're raising hands. That's perfect. Well, it's just me and you know him, you love him. Wonderland, he's here as well. It's just us.
Hello.
That's a thing he did. So
That's the thing he did. I mean, sometimes weird words come out of his mouth. We don't know
Yep.
what he's gonna say next. Luckily, it's normally safe.
Normally safe. We love that. So yeah, I posted that thing on hi, we're here. I posted that thing on Twitter. It was like, oh, the room on fire, and it's like the guy, and he's like, instead of saying
Oh,
this is fine, it's the ICLs
this is
tonight.
the yeah.
Because it's just that was the only thing getting me through this week, and I keep remembering it's a Tuesday, and we'll get there, man. We'll get there. How are you doing
Yeah,
today, Luke?
I should have
Oh,
made an awesome graphic because I'm hyped.
you're
Just
hyped.
like you, I've been waiting for this. Right, I've been waiting
Yes.
for 2 weeks. Once Whispers like started being revealed, it's like I want to see.
Done. I'm
I
done
want to
with
see the new
Fable.
format. I'm
Yes.
tired of this format, Blurple World. I would like to see all the fun new stuff. I
Yes.
normally wear outfits kind of to do color pairings, and it's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I brought out the yachts, the blue steels, the Zoolander fit,
The
whatever
Sapphire
whatever you
Steel.
want to call the deck. There's so many versions, but I think it's gonna be good again. And
Yes.
maybe we get two versions. Maybe there's an item version and maybe a ramp version. Like,
I don't know. And there's a princess version as well because Cinderella is
oh well,
bonkers bananas. But I keep
is
hesitating to call her busted. But man, if you build the deck in a specific way, she feels busted. But you do
oh
have to
yeah.
build the deck in a very specific way, which kind of limits you in
Do
other
you?
capacities. So, no,
She
to make
triggers
her
on
feel
herself.
buster. Well, that's what I'm saying. To make her feel busted, she is
You just
very
draw
strong.
multiple copies of her, and then
She's
she's busted.
Then she's busted. Absolutely. If you, yeah, Cinderella on 3, Cinderella on 4 is busted. But, Cinderella on 3 and then another princess on 4 and then another
Namari.
princess on 5. And, like, as I'm saying, if you build it in a specific way, she busted. But inherently, like, by herself, is just very, very ridiculously strong,
Yeah,
which I
I
think,
like the fact that if you're not ramping to like 8, 9, that if you're just gonna play a 5-drop anyways, like you don't even have to ink the next turn. You can just like you play her, you draw the card off of it, you get a loot, you play her, and then you don't do anything, and you just trigger again off the
yes.
Namari, and then
Yep.
that's how you ink off of it, and then
Yep.
you're not going down on card advantage. People are like,
Nope.
oh, she doesn't draw you
Blah,
cards.
blah, blah.
Yes, no, she's not giving card advantage in that way, but if you stop inking because she's giving
Yes.
you ink,
Yes.
that's more cards you get to play. That's a
Mhm.
form of virtual card advantage.
Yes,
Um,
and it's like filter and like there. I mean, everybody keeps laughing at me, but I do have an Amber Sapphire deck that works because of that reason. Because you stop inking, and every card that you get, you're literally just filtering. So you
yep.
take your worst card and that you're going to ink anyway. You play your card, you pass your turn, and then you just ink with Cindy.
I
And
mean,
the deck, you always have at least one card in hand, and that Amber Sapphire. That's never been the case before. You don't
how
get to
many
do that.
times do you just have to hope your opponent bricks and doesn't draw something good? And a card like this basically means that they're kind of not ever doing that. They're
Ever.
just playing everything. They probably have a couple cards. They're able to do it. And then if they do hit Slough, they just use the Cinderella to try to turn it into something else and to filter into something else. And that's pretty good. So I do think we have quite a bit in the Whispers meta, but we don't have enough time to go over every card.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm
well, that's not what we're doing
assuming,
tonight, everybody. We're going to
yeah,
see these cards in action, and that's why we're here. We've been talking about it for how long, and we get to do it. I wore black lipstick last week because I was in mourning. I wanted to be done with Fable. Today is red. We are celebrating. We're celebrating because I want Ruby back. Will we see it? I don't know. Is it going to be paired with
maybe.
Amethyst? For the love of all things Lorcana, I
I'm
need it.
sure.
So,
Well,
so.
what if it's nothing like what you remembered? What if it was
It
just
won't
like
be.
your
I just
least
need to
favorite
see
deck?
Ruby cards. What? No,
Just
what?
Ruby?
I just
I'm
need to see
sure.
the shade in this game again. That's what I need,
How
even if
many
it's
how many
completely different.
sets until you're just like, of course you have headless horsemen. I'm sick and tired of these
I want
pumpkins
it. I
everywhere.
want it. I need it. I need it. I opened the epic Horseman Strikes. I need like those are beautiful cards. I love seeing the pumpkins. And then Zenulus opened the Headless Horseman Enchanted, and I was like,
Woo.
"What you gonna do with that? What do you need? What do you got? So it is so they're so good in person. So yes, let's get them. Let's get the Ruby out there. Let's get our Headless Horsemen's going. They're horrifying and they're scary because it's basically Brawl on a body and everything I want to do. It has 2 strength at this point, but let's get Ruby back. Let's get it back out there.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of fun things, and like I know a friend of mine, Humble Corey, loves Mufasa, and there's the new Simba. All right, I said we're not going to talk about more cards, and here we just devolve into playing
I was gonna
more
say,
cards.
On my the newest episode that I just did with Rebecca, Enchanted Kim, and Heather, I actually got to play Mufasa. Or not Mufasa, sorry. I got to play the Simba and I got to boost him several times and I boosted and I actually drew the new Scrooge off of him, the one that when you play him, he loots and then I was like, we are gay. Like I felt like a god, but yeah, anyway, so it's okay. It's good. These cards, I have not had this much fun with this game in so long. And I got to play the Cauldron. It's bad and heroic, but God, it was so fun. It's bad in general, but the Cauldron is super fun. Okay, I'm sorry.
But we're here for a reason, and that is for the last team in Division A who has not been in the feature, Team Shark or
Slab Sharks.
Team Slab Sharks. Team Slab Sharks, who I'm pretty sure, I'm going to double check here, I think are first in Division A currently. Undefeated.
Oh yeah, they're like undefeated. They're the other Canadian team.
Yeah, there's 2 teams undefeated in Division A. And Slab Sharks has 22 points. And for those at home who don't exactly remember how this point schedule or however it works, you get 1 point per game win you acquire. You do not get bonus points if your team sweeps. The fact that you're getting 6 points by itself is the bonus there. And Slab Sharks have gotten a couple 3-0s. They're at 22 points with SLTC in second place with 18. And then it jumps down to 15. So there's a pretty good lead.
So yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure like some members of Slab Sharks were on SLTC last season. So
mayhaps.
We're just it's like I'm not sure. I haven't seen the roster for tonight. We're gonna find out when you do, but
a very large majority.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Also SLTC members. They might not have played, but the SLTC and Slab Sharks are definitely friendly together. And you know, they're playing against Impact TCG, who we are aware of that, you know, Commissioner Rod, this is the team that he's a member of. This is his actual team. While I don't own Maelstrom, I am part of it. He is the team owner of Impact TCG. So he's quite proud of his squad that's been performing. They do not have the greatest record currently. They are 1-2. They did have an off week. So while the Slab Sharks are 4-0, they have not had their off week, as there's 9 teams in each division. So it's round robin. Every team will have 1 week where they don't play somebody, and Impact has already had that. So you could assume that they have 10 points, but you could say they have between 10 and 15. So they're not that far behind. They could technically be in around third place. Now there is actually a third undefeated team, but they've only played 3 rounds, and that is Ink Knights in third place with 15 points. Ooh. So they're like, it's quite interesting the spread in Division A, difference from Division B, and we'll go over that tomorrow. It's numbers. Very like, if you like statistics and stuff like that, it's just pretty to look at. I don't know, I enjoy that. But anyways, let's look at our first player for the Slab Sharks.
Let's go. Here. Matthew Peddle. I feel like I've never said his last name out loud. That's crazy.
You're like, who is this? Oh, it's Haymaker. Yeah.
Is this a recent photo? No, I'm just kidding. That is a horrible joke that I'll never live down. Inside joke for everybody. And he has 4 Let It Go with 0 top cut, but look at the sunglasses. So that's a vibe. That is a whole vibe. And everybody, there are so many of us that feel like that. I don't even have a Let It Go, so I don't know what that feels like. But that's got to be like the next bar, right? Like you get a Let It Go, and then you get top cut. Like there's parts of it. So he's got 4 of them, 0 top cuts, but this is our season, right? We're all going to do it. And then second place, Glass City Showdown in Toledo, and then top 16 at CCS, which is actually probably harder than getting a Let It Go, if I'm being honest. Because I feel like the cut to top 16 should be it, but then they cut to like, I don't know, top 2, and then like out of like hundreds. It's fine. I'm not salty about that at all. I've never even gotten close, so I don't know why I'm salty. But top 16 CCS, where Let It Goes. Recent photo. That's my bet.
Recent photo.
Yep.
Yeah, just to
Blazing.
reiterate on what you were saying there, that yeah, it's a stepping stone. It's like, yeah, you go for the day 2, right? You're going for the let
Yeah.
it go, and then you're like, well, I've gotten there. The next step, get that next promo, the Rapunzel, or the Cinderella, then the Rapunzel, and then the Continentals invite, and then the Golden Mickey, and then all sort, like there's certain tiers that, like, once you hit
Yeah.
one, you're like, well, I
Like,
want to do that again, but there is a
Yeah.
new goal, right? Like, there should always be another goal, and when you stop making those goals, like, eventually you're gonna plateau. Like, you have to constantly push yourself and keep training. But anyways,
And also get really lucky depending on the tournament structure, which is,
Yeah.
again, not salty at all. I'm fine.
well,
Fine.
you have to.
I've
I mean, there's
never even
multiple
seen it
things
day 2.
to winning a DLC. The first one is you have to be very, very lucky. And secondly, you have to be skilled enough to take advantage of that luck when you are given it and when you're not given it, to try to still get there. So, like, people can say, oh, it was just luck, it was this, it was that. It's like, yeah, that is part of it. But you also still see a majority of the same players constantly doing well at these events. Like, I guess, how many total DLCs has there been? Under 15, I think. And we've had one person win 2. And then countless people top 32 or double qualify for Continentals over and over. Just tangent it off. Speaking of person who's played
Luke
in a
said everybody's
Continentals,
bad. No, I'm just kidding. We're all bad according to Luke, and it's all our fault. All
myself
right.
included. Well, I'm lucky. I said there's
You
a bunch of luck.
literally won. Oh, that's fine. But another winner of a
And
DLC,
I got lucky.
right? Yes. Yes.
No.
No?
No.
Maybe
You're
just
thinking
in our hearts.
of Diego.
Why would I do that?
Because he's
Maybe
on the
just
team.
in my own headcanon, Dale Bolito has won a DLC. Maybe that's what it is. Makes sense. He's won the watch game and everything else. So maybe, how about we? It's like, I don't even know.
Game.
Yeah, the watch game. I was gonna say, maybe we get JDZ in here to do this player card, but I was like, he seems.
It's not a win. It's just a top 8 in Chicago for DLC.
Oh,
and
is
then
that
a top
it?
32 finish in Fort Worth, Toronto, and Vegas. And he is the captain of the Slab Sharks. What were you going to say there?
Oh no, I was just mumbling. I thought I saw JDZ, and then I guess I was mistaken. So that's where that went around. Sometimes he pops in here.
I can
randomly.
snag him in.
Okay.
I can pop him in for the next player card.
I was like, I figured he wanted to read that player card of all the player cards. No, there he is. No, he's good.
He gets to he's gonna get a cast that game, so
Ooh.
he's super excited about that.
All right.
I can't tell if he's giggling or doing a dance, but he's about to come in to read this next card.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yo, I can't believe it didn't let me come in and read Dale Bolito's card.
I was like, JD. I was trying to do the lead in, and then Luke was like,
okay.
nah.
It's okay. I'll let it pass. I do appreciate that.
When you came in eating the chips and the crinkle in my ear and then muted up. Then I just forgot you were there.
You got a timeout.
Oh, my bad. VDO should bring me in muted instead of bringing me in with full sound. I think that's a bit unfair. Okay, we got Derek Bearsy with the Slab Sharks. Cool name, by the way. Slab Sharks. I think that's a very nice way to be named as a team. As we got Team Slab Sharks YouTube channel, Top 64 DLC in Seattle. Top 64 is no slouch. He's got the let it go for sure. I think there was another prize there with 64, right? No?
Was that the Rapunzel?
Well, it depends on how many people were there. If it was 128 let it go, then he would have gotten a Cinderella as well. If it was not, he would have only got to let it go.
Oh, okay.
Seattle, I think, was
you won that one. So
but I got first, so I didn't know what the payoff cut was. Sorry,
okay.
Occasionally I'm egotistical. I'm sorry.
You deserve.
That was fair enough. Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's fair enough. Yeah.
Deserve. Pop off from every now and then.
I was like, Seattle was a 1, right? Oh yeah, that was your one. Okay, fine enough. That's fine. But he was top 64, so you need to pay more attention next time. To all 64 of them. Everyone.
To all 64 every single time.
Yes. Yeah.
That seems fair.
I think that's the least that you could do as the winner,
Well, starting off for Impact here, we've got Trey Jenkins, 6th place at War Room Hobbies August tournament. quested with 4 Yin Sid for 12 lore. I haven't even done that. And he started playing in the pre-release on Pixelborn.
Let's go.
I haven't put 4 Yin Sid in a deck to be able to do that. So
really, you never played like brooms?
No, I didn't. I think I tried and was like, okay, this is not consistent enough for me. I'm upset. But
I mean
Yin Sid.
Melissa was on point. I feel like you didn't really need, like, it's just ink otherwise. And then if you had the broom, it draws a card. You don't need to be, you need 2 brooms to quest for 3, I think, or something. Like, you don't have to have that. I think it was a fine addition at the time to, like, the Amethyst Steel aggressive list. That was mostly at the time just relying on Dock and then, like, some 4-drops that
was before my time with Dock, before I made the switch to Steel.
May or may not have been pre-Genie, but probably not. But anyway.
It was before Genie, for sure.
It was a good time, for sure.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And shout out to Trey. Trey obviously enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, for the 4 Yin Sids.
Unfortunately for you, Yin Sid is not going to be here. Probably won't be back. I don't know if they hate on the brooms. We haven't seen any brooms in a while. So I think Yin Sid's time has come and gone. You can be available in Infinity, though. Just like Daniel Yakwale is here. I believe I said that right. Yakwale is how we're going to call that. Played Jafar Will before it was cool. Newsflash.
How many times have we seen that? I was like, how many times have we seen that on a player card? I swear.
There's a lot of Jafar Will enthusians out there.
I know.
And he played it before it was cool.
They apparently already started, so I'm assuming there's a time restraint that they did not let me know. So let's go through this card very quickly, and then we'll hit up another player. If you want to read that for me, Color.
Oh, this one? Oh, I thought we were... Okay. Never played Amber in a competitive match, as my wife has never came off of Rapunzel's. After several top cuts of my first Jafar set champs. Got my first set champ win in Reign of Jafar. All right. Reign of Jafar. Okay.
Nice.
And then to finish it up, we've got Ross Bird.
He's a new-ish player, and he started in set 7. I mean, that's pretty new. Top 34 Baldus Illumineer. I mean, top 32 Baldus Illumineer in Lorcana. At least he had at least he wasn't like top 3. Like, that'd be crazy. What a crazy thing to say.
Fast to jump
in.
In.
Yep, exactly. Draws fast, thinks medium, plays slow. Man, I feel that in my bones. All right. I'm a big fan of Ross Bird, actually. He's my people. I like that. So,
nice.
Yeah, were you jumping in it? But who's number 1 Baldus? I guess we'll never know. Who do you think's the number 1 there? JDZ as Baldus?
The bald crew has a lot of hitters in there. I know R&B has been politicking hard for the best bald, but that thing is kind of starting to fill up.
Is it a competition? I feel like the everyone's bald movement, like, it's more of a brotherhood or family in general.
Well, I mean, apparently there's a top 32, so now we got to know. Yeah, a competitive group got competitive
bald. It's not me, because I'm trying to fight. I don't want to be bald. I want to have hair, so I'm trying to get out of the contention.
Yeah, so basically, okay, you're trying to get out of contention by growing hair. Last round, you're just like, I
want to have hair. I don't want to be considered as a bald. I want to be considered as a follicled.
A follicled?
Yeah.
Oh, well, no. So you're not in the top 32 of the balds.
If I am, I don't want to be. Okay, I want to be dropped. I want to be dropped.
So you concede.
Well, well, JDZ will be able to argue with Color during game 2. We're gonna just cut right into it right now.
Let's go. Oh, it's blurry. Oh, there we go. I can see it. Oh, we are literally playing this game, and we do see can't hold it back anymore, just straight into the discard, which I'm assuming we got to use it. But again, at the same time, I have no idea. There's Lexington's on the board. There's Black Heron on the board. I forgot we are playing Whispers in the Well. And we're already up to 7 ink, so we just go ahead and play a Vincenzo and probably take care of that Black Heron. Yes, that is a 3/3. It's a 2-cost inkable 3/3. Guys, this card is so good. If I had 2 lore on it, it would just be like upgraded Smee, but we're not doing that. And we do have our Lexington, which is our 3-cost 4/4 banana stats. Again, we're in a new meta. Our wells, everything's bigger in the wells. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of ink and water is flowing through them wells, but everybody grows a bit big down here. And that Lexington has alert, which means he can challenge as if he were evasive, but that doesn't mean that he gets evasive on your turn. So he doesn't trigger Dumbo, but we do see Pete, a good old Pete Games referee, come down, no actions until the start of my next turn. We do have our little Cthulhu knife token to represent that. I like that.
Yeah, the knives, no action.
Knives, no action.
Am a fan.
I do like that. And the Vincenzo, it's like we went into a game and I'm trying to catch up and like he threw a Vincenzo down and I was like, that is an insane amount of ink for us to be jumping into the game. So we don't see their discard. So I'm not sure if maybe okay, I see a Jasmine. Boom. Okay, yeah. Immediately a discard appears and we do see a Jasmine. There's several cards in there. So I'm assuming some ramp was had because we are only on 5 ink on Trey's side. And he's brooms Trey Jenkins. Trey Jenkins. And another Vincenzo. Haymaker throwing haymakers. Okay, let's get rid of that Pete. Yeah, okay. So that's 6 lore on the board.
Yeah, it's an interesting spot. Like you kind of want to play control, but at the same time, yeah, I mean, Trey is at 8 lore, can go up to 10, but it's not threatening very much with only 2 cards in hand. Do we really want to just throw a Vincenzo away to trade with 2 Lexingtons and then put 4 damage on the other one? It could be a rough spot, but let's see what we have. We are doing it.
Challenging, take care of that Lexington. He's like, okay, fine, I will take care of your Lexington. We're going to control the board a little bit. I'm greedy. I want the 3 lore. I'm like, I could quest for 3 this time, and then if you don't get rid of this, then I'm going to quest for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then I am the winner. You don't win at 10, but at the same time, like I like that choice because it does keep him off of strength. So he could have ended up like challenging in one time and then playing a few more things and then potentially singing strength. I don't know. It just keeps you off of singers. And now you have to hard play a epic. And then along came, nope, just kidding. That's the other one. It is He Hurled His Thunderbolt. That's our new one.
So if he had quested, Trey could have challenged the Vincenzos with a fresh one and then quested for 1. And then now Haymaker would have to challenge to take it out, but he'd have 3 more ink. He could also have quested this turn to have the same impact, kind of. So,
see,
yeah,
big
I like what
boys
did.
Playing just like big boys, getting rid of everything. But yeah, I guess it does make sense because He Heralded Thunderbolt does 4 damage, and the Lexington also does 4 damage. So we were going to do that anyway, but we are going to play our age-old Genie Wish Fulfilled to draw us a card and wish that it's the best card in our deck because. With a 3/6 and a 2, I don't know, 12, 8. I think it's 8, but it's still that's big stuff.
Yeah, it's really on whether
Little
or
stuff.
not Haymaker still has like Hades style cards to answer, or maybe a Lexington of his own. I don't know if he's playing it, but it would be a clean answer of sorts outside of another Thunderbolt coming down, which is an interesting thing because Haymaker has a lot of lore to race, and at 3 to 8, gaining 5 a turn, I think Haymaker wins that race.
Yeah, we're winning the race here, especially. We went ahead and threw down the Goliath clan leader. So now this card is a little funky. It says too many things, but it is a 6/5, which is fine. But at the end of your turn, if you have 2 cards and more than 2 cards in hand, you discard down to 2 cards. And then you draw that many, or you draw that many. It's like kind of like that. Basically, you're just going to end your turn with 2 cards in hand. And so if Trey has a bunch of cards in hand, that Goliath is going to incentivize him to dump his hand and then draw up to 2 cards. So sometimes when you have a lower to the ground aggressive deck and you have a Goliath across the board, it helps you. But in this situation, we have Goliath, Mulan, that's fine. We have Hades and a Vincenzo, and all of them are very large and they quest for 2 to 3 lore. Okay, 1 to 3. Ooh, now we have Hades looking for a deal.
This is not great, though. You just draw the cards. I've got a Goliath in play. Just draw the cards. And this is why the Punisher mechanic is not great. It's okay.
But the thing is like in certain situations, those 2 cards, like, I'm going to play that on my
Yes.
Goliath. But the thing is right now it actually negates it because you play Hades looking for a deal and you target, let's say, the Goliath. And then you say, okay, fine, you can draw 2 cards. But if you do not get rid of my Goliath right now, but you do not have a Long Game Zeus in your deck, then at the end of your turn, you're going to have to only have 2 cards to begin with. So you're drawing, look how many cards he has in hand. And you get to end your turn with, so this is, oh, Hades is so funny with Goliath. I love it.
It's a great counter. Like, and if you paid attention to the secondary market at first, Goliath and Demona like dropped down in prices fairly heavily.
And we're only doing
we
4.
might see Ink Fire the Cannons would be an okay way to answer this. Then
why? Fire the Cannons is going to only do 2 damage onto Vincenzo.
Oh, it's a 2/8. Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, he's a 2/8. I was like,
I was going to say Hades if we had Fire the Cannons.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I think we're putting the 4 damage on it because we got to get rid of that because if like a Haymaker is going to just kind of race at this point because like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like just go to 16 this turn just for funsies. And then Goliath.
It's just a perfect example of
the Headless Horseman. I'm so sorry.
Doesn't do enough. If you're on the back foot, they'll just let you draw cards because it doesn't matter because you probably already have cards in hand and you just can't deploy them all. If you're winning, like you're already kind of winning, like so it doesn't do too much. So it's like barely a win more, and they can just like
this is random, right?
Answer their character. You discard 3 at random.
So yes, it is at random. So yeah, the Headless Horseman comes in, basically says that you draw 3 cards and then you discard 3 cards at random, and then you get to do 2 damage per action that is discarded, and that is a Black Heron, so that's 0. We're up to 0 damage. So this is so fun. Okay, that's an Olaf. Oh, I love that Olaf. This is fun. Do it. We're gambling. Okay, so now we're at 0 damage. So now we got 1, 2, 3. We're gonna roll. That's a mystery number. So we're gonna take the 3rd card, and is it an action? Is it an action? It's not. It's a Dumbo. Okay, so we're up to 0, but now Haymaker gets to do the same thing. This is insane. We are going to time every single game in this Whisper's Better. So that's 2 damage from a sale. So we're up to 2, and now we have that's a Vincenzo. That sucks, but hey, okay, can it be another action? We just need 1 more, and it is. It's a Strength of a Raging Fire. So now we get to do 2 more damage. So we get to take care of the genie. The genie is gone. That was a clean answer because the Strength of a Raging Fire could have sang and gotten rid of the genie, but instead we discarded it and still got the genie. So the Strength of a Raging Fire still ended up in the discard, and the genie still is gone. It's still fun.
We had fun. I think it might have been better to have inked that Goliath before playing the Headless Horseman, to increase the percentage. The chances of. Oh well, never mind. What am I thinking? He draws the 3 cards. He probably just didn't.
Yeah.
If he had. It probably would have been fine to ink there before doing it, before drawing and discarding to increase the chances of hitting it, unless your hand is 2 actions, obviously.
He's at 16. We were literally watching the Amethyst Steel just sitting there. No. I'm just like insane. I have been so ungodly bored with the Fable meta for like since day 2. I'm not even lying. It was literally day 2 where I was like, this is the most bored I have been, and I'm like losing my mind with how cool this is because he's like, you're at 16. What are you gonna do? We're just gonna go to next game because all of those things on the board, half of those cards were new, and it was all so much fun. And I will probably not stop screaming about it until we get to Winterspell because it's just like a breath of fresh air. It's like the reason I started playing Disney Lorcana was the deck building, the cool mechanics, the flavorful like Hades looking for a deal. You know what I mean? Like that's so like it's so good. And it was so poopy before. But it's okay. We're past it. I'm fine. I have no trauma whatsoever linked to the Fabled meta.
At all.
None. Haven't talked to my therapist about it at all. So it's a fair steal. I'm so fine. So yeah. We did get to go halfway through that game. So hopefully we'll be able to see the beginning of the game. Now we're going to have our Brooms, Trey Jenkins on the play with our Amethyst Steel. And again, we got to see a couple of those new cards. We did see the Olaf Helping Hand discarded, which is the one that says, when this character leaves play, you're able to like basically bounce something back to your hand. And so that's
we
really,
did
really
see
fun.
a lot.
Yeah. And so that's really fun with like the boost mechanic, because then you're kind of drawing cards, you know, you're tucking cards under cards and then you bounce them back, and yep.
I mean, I like the
Boosting them
mechanic just
babies.
for that ability right there, to be able to do that.
To be like boost, yeah. It's definitely some strong stuff happening. Again, like that Simba was super fun. I was like, this is an overcosted mess. But then I had like Lantern, and then I had some other things going on, and I had like, so I was like, well, we
This
got
was
there.
allies, right?
Yes, that was in the heroic allies on the other side that I actually streamed on Twitch for the first time. It's crazy.
Ooh.
I know. It was
Maybe you should put it-
live.
let's see. Shout out.
Oh,
Are you not in Twitch chat right now, are you?
am I not? I think
Does your name not start with a C?
it does. I'm in there.
Okay. Oh, you weren't. You weren't for a second. If you want to check out any of her other streams she does, that's in the chat.
The one stream that I have, yeah.
A fun little multiplayer format for those who have played Magic the Gathering. It's similar to EDH, but a little different, but a little same. A lot same.
But a little better. A lot same, but everything's fixed because, I don't know, you know, you don't knock one of your friends out and then all of you stare at each other for 45 minutes until somebody finally wins. Like, you get to play the game the whole time.
Like, and that's not your format thing either. That's just
the way
Lorcana in general works better for multiplayer.
I think so.
I kind of need to just play regular multiplayer. I've heard that's fun.
I don't like it. Because I don't want to throw 4 of. Yeah, I have. Because if I'm going to build a deck with 4 ofs, I will just play constructed. But if I want to play multiplayer, I want to have like that single, you know, just like the 1 ofs to where it's just chaos. I don't know what I'm drawing, and I don't know how I'm drawing. If I want to draw cards, I'll just put 4 genies in a deck and call it a day. If I want to draw cards in heroic, I'm putting a cauldron and a sorcerer.
Yeah, I would still rather play like 60 card singleton. I don't want to sleeve up a 100 card deck ever again. Like, that was my least favorite thing about EDH, honestly.
Ooh, a Mulan. So we do put a Goliath into the inkwell for a Mulan. So now we have our age-old hook staring down a Mulan. That's fun.
I mean,
doing it.
I like to be the Mulan player in this scenario. Whoa.
Oh, okay. Well, the strength of a raging fire into the discard feels not great. It doesn't feel good.
With Goliath being inked, and then, well, all right. So if we had issues with ink, we probably would not be discarding this. So at this point, I feel like we have an embarrassment of riches, or a really terrible scenario where we have drawn like 3 to 5 strengths and or thunderbolts, and we kept a thunderbolt because we're afraid that our characters might be
okay, so the second strength. I mean, now again with thunderbolt in the deck, we have 2 different types of removals card, you know, we don't call them spells anyway. So we've inked 2 of the inkable ones, but that still means we have 6 more removal spells in the deck, when before, if you ink and strength, we're 50% down on the removal spells. You know what I mean? So like, again, it's kind of like you said, like maybe there's some thunderbolts stuck in hand, but that still means we have a removal available to us as we see a Tipo come down into the inkwell after our sale. So at least we hit ramp. At least
there's ramp.
Yeah. We make sure that the ramp gets there. And we do go ahead and trade our Mulan for that Captain Hook. And I think that's good.
Yeah. It's just... Sometimes the Mulan doesn't feel great. They play a Daisy, and you're like, they play Hook, though. You're like, all right, that's fair. I'll take a filter and get that out of play. Like, you know, I'm all about that.
And again, I mean, the fact that Trey took that quest there and made the Hook vulnerable and then ends up inking the strength, kind of, again, like, I'm going to take that trade because I want your strength to be poopy, and you just inked it, so you're not using it anyway, because the goal here is to play a Cinderella. Come on, let's do it.
Honestly, I feel like both players probably have 1 or 2 copies of Thunderbolt in hand.
Yeah,
and
we
that's
are
why they're inking strength.
sailing again, which is pretty good because, again, I think with this newer format, you want a double ramp. You really want to play sail into Cindy or sail into sail because everything you own costs 7 or more. So it's like 2, 4, 10 is what we're trying to do here.
Yeah, another like having a Cinderella on this turn instead of a sail would have been so much better though.
Oh God,
Being able to filter a little, get the ramp, have a character in play that yes is removed, but one, they would have to get rid of another strength. So they already inked one. We assume they have another one, but it gets it out of their hand. Or they have to ink and then just pay for Thunderbolt because they don't have a singer for it. And that puts them off tempo while they're on the play. It's just like kind of a devastating scenario to have had it there. But we're just going for
we're
the
gonna
triple
sail
sail
again.
total.
I think we've only inked the Namari for turn, so we're probably even trying to find something that we can ink. I'm wondering if the cards in our hand are unable to be inked, so we're trying to get to something that we can throw into the inkwell.
I would disagree. I think if that was a scenario, we would have just inked the sail. I think we have a bunch of good cards, and we're sailing to see if we can draw Slough before we ink again. But we want to get to Ariel, Tinkerbell. We want to get to 6 ink.
Yeah. So we basically wanted those, but at the same time, we're just like, I don't really want to put these in the inkwell, but I guess I'll sail to 3. That was like 3 sails, which is crazy. So we 3 sailed our way into a bananas amount of ink compared to your 3. I know. That feeling of the Sapphire Steel players, like, okay, let me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you're cool. I'll unexert my 3 ink because it's turn 4, and you're a monster.
I mean, he sailed 3 times, and now he's just gonna be making big old boats to continue to sail the seas with, and maybe that's why they called it Yacht Club. Is it Yacht Club or just yachts?
I don't know. I only got part of the lore on that. They kept that so secret that even to this day, I don't understand.
Dude, I don't
half
think
of
they
the
did.
Jokes.
I don't think they even did. I just think people didn't pay attention.
Maybe. I don't know. I know it was like every time I got into Discord, like, somebody would say something and somebody else would giggle, and I'm like, okay, keep your secret. So why did we put that onto our... because we have more. So the Stone by Day effect says if you have 3 or more cards in hand, you cannot ready this character at the start of your turn. So we're indicating that we have 3 or more cards. So that little coin indicates a Stone by Day is active. So our gargoyles are frozen. And now everything except for Calhoun has 2 has a damage on it. There's 2 Calhouns, so the Lexington has a damage because Calhoun, of course, has resist +1. So, so basically, that Stone by Day, at this point, you kind of want to use your Lexington to sing Strength of a Raging Fire onto whatever's on the other side, because at this point in the game, him coming down so early, you're probably still going to have too many cards in hand to be able to ready him effectively. But that's kind of that's like a fun mechanic of the Stone by Day, is where choosing, like, okay, I know I'm going to have a whole bunch of cards in hand. Is this the time that I exert my Lexington? Is this the time that I challenge with them? Because I know I need to have cards, but at the same time, I can't. All right, we're going aggro. We're full aggro. I don't even care at this point. You're going to have to throw your Tinkerbell in